I'm Clara Antfo and you are joining me live where we are going to confirm some exclusive news on Bond 25. And where better to host a reveal than where it all began. Welcome to GoldenEye Jamaica. I'm here outside Ian Fleming's legendary GoldenEye villa in Jamaica. In fact, this is the very location where he wrote all of the James Bond novels. From Casino Royale to The Living Daylights, this truly is the home of Bond. And later on today, this stunning location is going to cement its legacy with Bond as we're going to confirm some exclusive news on Bond 25. And I'll be sitting down with the man himself, Daniel Craig, and the cast to confirm some exclusive news. We'd obviously love you guys to get involved, so do use the hashtag Bond25, that is BOND25. We're also going to be catching up with our filmmakers, Barbara Broccoli and Michael G. Wilson, and director Cary Fukunaga, who are going to be bringing you the 25th Bond movie. Let's go and say hello to them. Good morning, Cary.
Morning.
Good morning, Barbara. Good morning, Michael. Hello. Thank you very much for joining us. Thank you for having us at Ian Fleming's villa. I have to ask, look, the sun is shining. We are in Jamaica. But Barbara, how does it feel to be here this morning?
It's incredible to be here. You know, this is where James Bond was created, in this very villa by Ian Fleming, what, 57 years ago?
57 years ago, and it's a great spot for us to kick off our James Bond film.
Absolutely. Now, James is such a beloved character by people of all generations, all over the world. Michael, why do you think he's such an enduring character?
Well, I think we've tried to stay, you know, true to the character that Fleming created. And I know that Daniel from time to time goes and reads the books for inspiration, and I think it's because we do update the stories and we do update the plots, but we do stay very true to the character. And we got a great creative team here. It's headed up by Cary, and we have a couple of veteran writers, Neil Purvis and Rob Wade. We have a couple of new faces. We have Scott Burns and Phoebe Waller-Bridges.
A very big deal in the UK.
Yeah.
Cary, I have to ask you, is this a teenage dream come true? How does it feel to be at the helm of the 25th Bond movie?
Well, it's definitely an honor to be chosen, and basically now, since we're about to start shooting, I'm just chomping at the bit. So.
Chomping.
Chomping.
No, not only. We're going to have breakfast for you, don't worry. Now, the Bond films are, you know, known for being shot in those incredible locations. We are here in Jamaica. We've been here before, 1962 for Dr. No, and later, about 11 years later, for Live and Let Die in 1973. What is it about this gorgeous country that keeps you coming back, and why are you back for this 25th film?
Well, I just think it's very inspiring. I mean, this is where Fleming created Bond. You can see the most beautiful nature here, down the water, down there at Laughing Waters, was where Ursula Andress came out of the beach and everything. So we just felt it was important to come back, and you know, Dr. No was shot here, Live and Let Die, which Michael was in, actually.
And there's a rumor I might make an appearance in this film as well.
You do like a cheeky cameo, don't you, Michael?
Oh, come on, you call me out.
And we're not mad at that. Barbara, can you tell us, without ruining anything, what fans can expect from this 25th movie?
Well, Bond is not on active service when we start the film, so he is actually enjoying himself in Jamaica.
Oh my goodness.
We consider Jamaica Bond's spiritual home. So he starts his journey here, and we've built an extraordinary house for him. We've had a tremendous support from the Jamaican Minister of Culture and Tourism, and we've had about 500 people, local people, working on the film already. So we've got quite a ride in store for Mr. Bond, and no title, unfortunately.
I was going to ask, dare I say, like, do we have a title, but completely nothing at the moment?
Bond 25.
No, I can't remember the last time we had a title when we announced the beginning of the film. It's a tradition now.
Well, Bond 25 it is. Cary, can you confirm any other locations for us today?
Yeah, other than Jamaica, we have already shot in Norway due to weather. And after Jamaica, we'll be going back to Pinewood and locations around London, and then finishing up in a little hilltop town in Italy called Matera.
Lovely. So if you live in any of those areas, do look out for this very film crew coming to a city near you. Now, look, it would be very silly of me to not come to Jamaica and check out some of the iconic locations that Bond has previously been shot in. And yesterday I went to a very special beach. I'm here at Laughing Waters Beach, immortalised on the silver screen in 1962's Dr. No.
Underneath the mango tree.
This beach doubled as Dr. No's private lair, Crab Key Island, and it's at this very location that an iconic movie moment occurred.
Me honey and me.
This is the spot where Ursula Andress, as Honey Rider, the first ever Bond actress, strode out of the sea in that bikini and into film history.
Underneath the mango.
As the location was the start of Sean Connery's tenure as Bond, it's no surprise that the team returned to Jamaica for Roger Moore's first foray in 007 shoes, 1973's Live and Let Die.
Live and let die.
So it's only fitting that 25 films later, Bond has once again returned to this breathtaking island. Oh, stunning locations. And don't forget to keep your questions coming in, by the way, using the hashtag Bond25. Right now, it is the moment you guys have all been waiting for. We're about to exclusively confirm the Bond 25 cast. Cary, over to you. Can you let us know who's going to be returning for this new adventure?
Well, officially returning.
Officially returning.
Ray Fiennes, Léa Seydoux, Naomi Harris, Ben Whishaw, Rory Kinnear, and Jeffrey Wright.
That is a strong returning team. And what about the new faces?
Well, we got a couple new faces. Dolly Ben Sala, Billy Magnuson, Anna de Armas, David Denzik, Lashana Lynch, and Rami Malek.
All ready to get to work.
Yeah, definitely.
Thank you so very much, Cary. Now, before we talk to 007 himself, Daniel Craig, let's have a little reminder of how he took on this iconic character and truly made it his own.
To be a pretty cold bastard who didn't want revenge for the death of someone he loved.
How much do you know about fear?
You're a kite dancing in a hurricane, Mr. Bond.
It was me, James. The author of all your pain.
But to survive us, this is what she made us.
Such a waste.
Is this really what you want? Always alone?
I understand double-O's have a very short life expectancy.
It's a shame, really. She was meant for you, but she's been reassigned to 009. But you can have this.
Does it do anything?
It tells the time. Might help with your punctuality issues.
I need to know that I can trust you.
You don't have to worry about me.
Okay, Q, give me something. That's more like it.
Maybe it was her way of telling you to take a desk job.
Just the opposite.
For 007. Lots to be done.
I'm coming with you.
Are you ready to get back to work?
With pleasure.
Would you look who it is? You can see why I'm extremely happy, because I am joined by an incredibly talented group of actors and a filmmaker in the form of Anna de Armas, Naomi Harris, Daniel Craig, Lashana Lynch, Leia Seydoux, and our director, Cary Fukunaga. Now, how are you guys, most importantly? And Anna and Lashana, how does it feel to be here in Jamaica, joining the cast of Bond 25? Because you're the newbies.
How do you feel?
I feel fab.
It's incredible being here. I think there's no better location than this one to talk about the movie. And to me, finally work with Cary and repeat with Daniel. So it's very exciting.
And you know what? There's worse places you could be than Jamaica, right?
Exactly. I feel really happy because my family are from here. So it feels nice to coincide your heritage and your work at the same time. And then also work with a great filmmaker and a great cast.
Well, we're really happy to have you here. We're going to catch up with the rest of you guys in a bit. But first, we have a very special message from a guy called Rami Malek, who sadly couldn't be here.
Jealous one bit that you're all in the absolutely stunning setting of Ian Fleming's iconic Caribbean home, GoldenEye, on the island of Jamaica. No, not at all. I'm stuck here in New York in production, but I am very much looking forward to joining the whole cast and crew so very soon. I promise you all, I will be making sure Mr. Bond does not have an easy ride of it in this, his 25th outing. I can't wait to see you all soon. Cheers.
Wow, I'm a little bit afraid. Daniel, how did that make you feel?
Good.
Just a little bit, right? Yeah. Just a bit. Rami Malek. Now, look, we've had loads of questions come through from fans all over the globe using the hashtag Bond25. Daniel, first question is for you. It's from Brian from the US. He says, how do you think the appeal of James Bond has lasted through the 25 movies?
Hi, Brian. I think consistency, and the movies have been an event. I mean, I think for myself, I remember going to see them as a kid, and they were a moment. You know, the new Bond coming out was just incredibly exciting, and we've just tried during my tenure, just tried to sort of continue that tradition of just making movies that stand out and are different from the other movies out there. There's the enduring theme of Ian Fleming, who wrote all the books here. I mean, the books sort of set it up, and the early movies with Sean Connery were just so amazing. I think it's just sort of, I mean, so many things.
So many things. Unfortunately, we've only got a little bit of time, so I'm going to get as many questions in as I can. Hello to Steve.
Well, that's what you were doing. You just said...
Look, lots of things to talk about. Steve from Facebook wanted to know, Naomi, what was your first thought when you realised you were going to be in a Bond movie? Because this is your third outing, Bond 25, right?
All I thought about was my family, actually. I just thought, oh my God, they're going to go crazy. And they did go crazy. They threw a massive party, and it's been like a whole celebration. It's not like I just got the job, it's like the whole family's got the job, and they're all so excited about it. They're all huge Bond fans, so it means so much to all of us.
Are you getting constant WhatsApp messages from like your relatives like, oh, I saw
They're all so excited because it's like it's happening here. This, you know, I'm Jamaican, so that's where my roots are from. So it's amazing that it's being launched here. It's so exciting.
A beautiful homecoming.
Yeah.
To Cornel from the Netherlands, he wanted to know from all of you which cast member is the most excited to be in Bond 25. If it's a competition, Leah.
Okay, so I have to. I have to sell myself. No, I'm very happy to be back, and yeah, I can't wait to start.
Hello to Steve as well on Facebook. Steve's back, he loves us. He says, he's obsessed. He says to Naomi, in what way will Moneypenny's role be different than the previous films? And will you be back in the office or out in the field with Bond?
Oh, Steve, I can't say. That's way too much information, unfortunately. So he'll just have to wait and see. Sorry, that's all I can give away.
Everybody's really sticking to their word. Anna, when you first found out you got this role, how did you try and prepare?
I haven't started preparing yet. I don't know how's that gonna go. Yeah, Cary, any suggestions?
Play it by ear.
Exactly, yeah, I have, yeah.
The best way to prepare for anything. Cary, Ryan on Instagram wanted to know, what do you hope to bring to the film as a director?
Who asked that question?
It was Ryan Proctor on Instagram. Ryan Proctor on Instagram.
That's a tough question because, again, I have to sell myself, I guess, right? I just think, in a lot of ways, I think it's probably, can't say this, but Daniel is my favorite Bond. And I just want to, you know, I want to continue that.
I'm going to give you a mic just to react to that.
Really?
Yeah, you know.
Thank you. No.
So I want to make sure, you know, this run of films, which has been fantastic, have a really great next chapter, and just keep upping the ante. So, you know, whoever's next has a harder job.
No pressure to whoever's next. Daniel, the final question for you, from your fellow Daniel in USA. He says, what is your favourite Bond gadget or car? It's a very pressing question.
Hello, Daniel. The DB5 is my favourite car. I think it's the classic. It's if I had the money, I'd buy one.
That's the fancy Aston Martin, right?
No, it's not. It's the old one.
Okay, I see. As you can see, I don't speak cars, so here to learn from you.
That was a message to Aston Martin, if they're listening.
Got it. Obviously, other car brands are available. Now, unfortunately, that's all the time we have got from you guys this morning. Thank you so very much for joining me in Fleming's Villa, and we look forward to catching up with you over the coming months when you get to filming this movie. And unfortunately, that's all the time we have for you guys as well. A big thank you to everybody who took part by sending in their questions to #Bond25. And remember, if you are watching in Norway and in Italy, do look out for all of these lot filming near you very soon. I want to say a massive thank you to our producing team, Michael G. Wilson and Barbara Broccoli, and of course our incredible cast and filmmakers, Cary Fukunaga, Leia Seydoux, Lashana Lynch, Daniel Craig, Naomi Harris and Anna de Armas. Now do make sure you keep an eye on 007.com and on all of our social media. That's on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Carrier Pigeon, however you can find 007. We want you to keep your eyes on because this film hits cinemas early next year. Now we're going to leave you something very special. This is a first look at one of the sets from Bond 25. So from all of us here in Jamaica, see you later.
Being here as a director of this 25th installment feels like a tremendous honor. There's a weight, there's a sort of responsibility to carry the torch of not only this character but the franchise and what it means to its fans and to the people who love James Bond. And right now it's game day, right? So just nose down and let's do it. I don't think I've ever, actually it's quite clear I've never done anything with this many tools. So I think tools and toys, you know, from the toy box. So I think I'm really looking forward to playing with all my stunt and special effects people on some of these larger sequences, and then also just there's the other side, which is the more personal character stuff with Daniel and the people around him. I'm looking forward to all of it, really. Not to say that Charlotte Bronte is on the same level as James Bond, but I have tackled British icons before and really enjoyed the experience and steeped myself, I think, in British culture, although I still feel very American. But I like tradition. I like carrying on, you know, with tradition and with things that people believe in and trust in. So I think the question about relevance for the 21st century, James Bond, comes down to the complexity of the character enduring time, and then the people around it who are carrying the torch, whether it be Daniel and the other actors or the filmmakers, being sort of antennas for the time they live in. And then you can't help but resonate what's happening around you, but that shouldn't be your focus. Your focus is still telling Bond's story. Yeah, so action, obviously, and spectacle is a big expectation, I think, from audiences coming to see a Bond film. And I always think the best action is one that has everything to do with the stakes of the character, right? Rather than just acrobatics and fireworks for the sake of it. And so I think in this one, because there is so much built up in the last 4 films in terms of the character and what's happening, there's a lot to play with that, with what Bond's going through, as well as the danger he's in throughout. And I think they'll be very exciting.
I mean, being in Jamaica is just exciting on so many levels, because I haven't been here, for one, but also this is where Fleming wrote them, so they were created here, and there's always been a connection, a sort of, you know, like a whatever, a family connection somehow. He's sort of like he's always ended up here for some reason or another. A number of the movies have been shot here, so we're just incredibly fortunate to get the chance to be here, and we're getting looked after so beautifully. And I mean, look at the sun shining. There's a beach over there. I'm just so happy. I can't tell you. I mean, it's like, you know, playing Bond has been part of my life for well over a decade now, and this was just one more chance to do something with it that we haven't done before, to sort of sign off in the best way possible, and I'm just grateful for the chance to do it.
My character's a woman, that's all I can say. She's a black woman in the world. I've had a mixture of, you know, seeing the movies, knowing about the movies, but still having to really do my research, which is fantastic because you get to dive into something before you get to create. So it's not like you're stepping into someone else's shoes. You are creating something in an environment that is safe and strong and has a winning formula, and I'm able to put my own stamp on something so classic, which is fantastic. Just to come to Jamaica for work is bizarre to me. I was speaking to my mom about coming, and she was like, it's just so crazy that you're not going there on holiday. You're not going there to just chill with family. So to be here knowing that we're representing my culture in a franchise that has been running for so long it blows my mind, but I feel very, very proud that we're able to employ such beautiful people in Jamaica. We're able to include them in this British movie, and able to mesh the two cultures, much like I grew up doing. I'm British and Jamaican at the same time, so I get to show that on screen.
Well, yes, the role I play in this Bond film is Paloma. Not really, I can't. I mean, as little as I try to tell you, it's gonna give away the whole thing. So yes, I have been a fan of Bond films for a few years, and I think I have a very special memories from Skyfall. Was actually the first Bond film that I saw on the big screen when they premiered in Madrid. Were you there?
No, I didn't go to Madrid.
Oh, you didn't go to Madrid. Okay. So yeah, I don't know. I felt, first of all, I thought that Javier Bardem was the best villain ever, and I'm obsessed with his performance. And I thought it was a very personal, emotional story going on. M's dead and all that. So that's quite one of my favorite. Yeah. I am looking forward working with Daniel again, because this is my second film with him. We just finished shooting together like 3 months ago, so it's nice to be back together. The locations we're going to be filming, I'm not sure. I mean, definitely here, Jamaica, London. What else? I don't know. That's fine. Yeah, that's what I know.
Good. You mean in the new film?
Yes.
Okay, so what's happening in the film? I want to tell you. No, I can't. Sorry.
I was like, what? Stop.
Yeah, okay, so, no, so, you'll see. Working with Daniel was such a great experience. First, because I love him as a human being. He's extremely charming and funny, and I mean, I love him. And what else?
That's enough adjectives, that's all right.
No, I love Daniel. I love him, and I'm so happy to be back. I'm looking forward to explore Madeleine, and to explore her and to like create something new with Daniel and with Cary too, because I'm very happy to be working with Cary. So yeah, it's very exciting.
Ooh, what we can expect from Moneypenny in this film is that, you know, quite a lot of time has passed since Spectre. It's going to be, by the time the film is released in April 2020, it'll be 5 years, so it's half a decade. So Moneypenny has grown up somewhat. And I think she still has her soft spot for Bond, though. That's never going to go. But she's an independent woman with her own life. It is so special to have Bond being filmed in Jamaica because my heritage is part Jamaican and also Trinidadian as well. So it's really, really special to be here. And it's also special because, you know, this is where Ian Fleming wrote Bond, and you feel it when you're here. You know, you feel the magic of that. It's like it was born here, and I feel as though the making of Bond 25 is like a rebirth. There'll be a completely new energy in this film. I am most looking forward to Bond 25 because of reuniting with everybody, this amazing cast, and also all those people behind the scenes that you never ever get to see, who are so special. They're like a family, and we get to all come together again and make something incredibly special.
We are at GoldenEye in Jamaica, which is the home of Ian Fleming, where he wrote all the Bond novels, where he lived. And it's now owned and operated by Chris Blackwell, who actually worked on the very first Bond film, Dr. No. And so it's a wonderful place to kick off the 25th film in the series. It's not far from where Ursula Andress stepped out of the sea. I was here when I was a baby. I was a year old in 1961 when my father came here to make the film, so it's great to be back.
What can we expect from
Bond 25?
Bond 25? Well, the usual thrills and spills, but most of it we'd like to keep under wraps. We like to make it a surprise for the public, so we don't like to give too many spoilers. But we do know that Bond's down here in his spiritual home, in his house, sailing his yacht, kicking back and relaxing. But I have to tell you, that doesn't last very long.
He's magnificent. Cary is a wonderful director. He's a great collaborator. He's also a writer. So he came on board and started working on the script with Neil and Rob. And then we brought on Scott Burns and Phoebe Waller-Bridge and amassed this amazing cast. So yeah, we're thrilled to have him at the helm, and great to be kicking off here in Jamaica.
Well, Cary Fukunaga is a wonderful director. He has a good eye. He knows how to tell a story and narrate a proper story. But he's also a very cosmopolitan fellow. He's lived in many countries. He speaks 4 languages fluently. And you know, for a film that has an international appeal like ours, he has the right sensitivity for an international audience.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I think the Me Too movement came at the right time. I mean, long overdue, and it's had a huge impact on the world, and I'm thrilled that it has done, and I think everything we do has to reflect that. And so I think the film will absolutely incorporate that. Diversity and inclusion is something that I feel very strongly about. It's very important that we make films that reflect the world we live in. And so I'm very excited about this film and the opportunities that we're presenting in this film.